What is going on, YouTube? Northeast Ohio Sports Cards here, and we are back at you with another review of a pile of blaster boxes. About a week ago or so, I did a video breaking down kind of the best of the best from 40 blasters worth of Mosaic. So this past week, I came across 72 more blasters. I sold off 30 of those to a local card shop to cover my costs. So then I ripped 42 blasters at essentially zero cost. So similar amount to what I ripped last time. The results were semi-similar. So let's just go over some kind of general stuff here. I did not pull out all the generic rookies and stuff. Autographs. We pulled 5 base scripts, which are vets, and then 3 rookies. The 3 rookies were meh. We got a Nick Claxton, a Jalen Hands, and a Nico Melli, which was probably the best one. If you pull a Nico Melli, you get really excited because on the back, when you pull it off to the side, depending on which way you're going from, you see the Pelicans colors and the Pelicans logo, and your heart starts pumping a little bit, and then you realize it's Nico Melli. But those were the 3 rookies. The vets were a real pile of work. We got Josh Okogie, Eric Strickland, my personal favorite, Vin Baker, because it reminded me of playing the old PlayStation NBA basketball game back in the day. Wes Iwundu, and Dorian Finney-Smith, DFS. So once again, not exactly the most fire of autos out of those 42 blasters. Genesis, we pulled 3. We'll get to 2 of them in a minute. The first one was Bojan. Once again, these cards, regardless of the player, just look stunning. So we pulled the one, that Genesis. This is getting into slightly nicer stuff. We got a green debut, Ja Morant. These don't sell for a ton. Once again, the NBA debuts are kind of like fake rookies. Silver Jam Masters, Anthony Davis. I really like these Jam Masters. This does not necessarily sell for a lot, but I think it could potentially go up with the season coming back. So I kind of set this off on the pile to hold. Once again, color, vet color, Luka, second year. These go for 30, 40 bucks, I think. I don't remember exactly, but not a bad little hit. And it's things like this that add up to help you make your money back or turn a profit on it, depending on what you're looking to do. Or I really like Luka. I'm probably just going to end up holding on to this. I'm not sure yet. Might end up grading it. And then once again, a Luka silver insert, give and go, silver mosaic. Nice looking card, not worth much at all, but just a nice looking card with the mosaic finish on there. So slightly bigger stuff. Let's talk about what everyone cares about, Zions and Jaws. So we pulled 3 Ja debuts and 2 Zion debuts, which, I don't know, I guess doesn't seem like a lot. That's pretty close to what I got from the first 40. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I believe that is almost exactly what I pulled from the first 40 blasters. So that's those. And then actual base Zions and Ja, we pulled 2 base Jaws. However, the theme continues. If you've watched my previous videos, both of them have some sort of surface issue. Whether it's a scratch or a ding. On this one, you can kind of see it right there by my thumb. There's a horizontal scratch on the card. There is another one right there. And this one is beat to hell. It has a scratch right there underneath the M. You should be able to see that. And it has a scratch here. And it has a scratch there. And it has a scratch right there. So, Mosaic gives new meaning to pack fresh. I'm thinking I might do a whole video just about the issues that I've seen with these cards, especially the base cards. So that was base Jaws. Base Zions, we pulled 3. These are in decent shape, better than the Jaws. I don't know if they're going to be gradable. I think each one has at least some sort of minor surface issue. Nowhere compared to what was going on with those, but enough to probably force me off of grading them. Or at most, I would get like an SGC 9.5 or a PSA 9 or BGS 9, most likely. So that's those. Nothing too crazy there. Let's get into the better stuff. So the last time through I opened these, once again, if you watched the previous video, I pulled a pile of LeBron color inserts, the MVPs, the Jam Masters, his base card. This time around, I hardly pulled any. In fact, I only pulled 2. And it's the 2 MVP inserts. So these are in card savers because these are probably going to go off for grading most likely. The first time through, the first 40 blasters, I think I had 9 or 10 LeBron, some sort of color variation insert or base card. This time I got a whopping 2. So that was a little bit disappointing. In terms of orange fluorescence, the first 40 blasters, I opened 3. This time I only opened 1. It was a pretty decent one. It is an NBA debut, but it is a Tyler Hero, and I like Hero quite a bit. He could get a pretty nice playoff bump. So these are numbered to 25. I think this was 23 of 25. Yeah, 23 of 25. But this was the only one that I pulled out of the entire 42 box run. Nice looking card with the red with heat there. And then the cream of the crop. So I think I had more overall hits in the first 40 that I did because I had all those freaking LeBrons, and I had the Tatum Genesis, and a handful of other stuff. This time I didn't have as many big hits, but they were bigger hits, if that makes sense. So the first one we got was a green Ja. Love the way this card looks. Unfortunately, because I have no luck with Ja Morant in Mosaic, you can see it right there going through his ears. That print line right there. Oh, come on, autofocus. Yeah, that print line right there. It goes all the way across the card. So that's unfortunate. I still may end up grading this just to get it slabbed, but I don't know how hard they hit you on those print lines like that. If you look at the card head on, you don't even notice it, but when you tilt it, as soon as you start tilting it back or to the side, you do. So that was one of the nicer ones. The next biggest one was a Zion debut silver. When I opened this pack, I saw the silver in the corner and I saw the name sticking out in the corner and I thought it was a base card. I got really excited. And then when I pulled it back, it was a debut. The problem here is, shocking, we have a surface issue. Right there, you could see it. That little tiny dot right there is a surface ding. It's not huge, but it is definitely noticeable. So that pretty much shoots this down for grading. And it'll hurt the resale value a decent amount. These still go for about $125 to $150. The prices on this stuff was fluctuating all over the place every single day as more and more floods the market. So even though the surface issues there, this is still pretty nice hits. And then the 2 biggest ones are the Genesis, which if you're going to hit big, that's what you want to hit on. The first one is, and if you watch the, I ripped 2 blasters on here, and in those 2 blasters, I hit this Steph Curry Genesis. This is going for about $500 or $600 raw. I'm going to submit this and the next one to BGS on a 2-day sub. So this is Memorial Day weekend. I won't be able to get them in the mail till Tuesday. So I'm hoping to at least have the grade results by the end of the week. I may next day ship this and the other card out to get them back. The reason I'm going with BGS on this, PSA is super expensive for short turnaround subs. It's like $200 or $150 or something ridiculous for like a 1 or 2 day turnaround time. SGC is like $80 or $90 for a short term turnaround time, and BGS is $50 per card. So I'm hoping for 9.5s on this and the next one. Look this over pretty tight. It is hard to see surface issues on these because there's so much going on. I thought I saw maybe just a few little minor nicks and stuff, but I didn't think it was anything too crazy. It's really hard to tell centering on these as well. I think it looks decently centered. Corners look good. Edges look good. So we're going to go BGS on a 2 day just to get it slabbed up and hope we get a 9.5 on it. And then I'll probably end up selling this. I have no attachment to Steph Curry whatsoever. But once again, these cards are just stunning to look at. And then last but not least, the third and final Genesis, which this card just cracks me up. The MVP Harden. This one sells for a little bit less than the Curry. I think these are going for about $400 or $500. And once again, this is going to go into that 2 day sub to BGS. He just looks like a goofball in that suit. I don't know what is happening there, but a lot of people really like this card because he looks like that. This card, unfortunately, and you can see it there, is misstamped slightly. So you could see right there that little flying V underneath the Mosaic logo. That Mosaic logo is supposed to be sitting on top of that. There's a little gap there. I don't know how bad that's going to hurt me. I'm hoping it doesn't bump me down to a BGS 9, but I would take that anyways just to get it slabbed. These higher end cards, I'm getting more nervous about selling on eBay or even on Discords or Facebooks ungraded. I haven't had this happen to me yet, knock on wood, but a lot of people in various outlets have been complaining about eBay buyers either running scams or getting the card and looking it over and not liking something on it and then wanting to return it because they either get buyer's remorse or the card's not 100% perfect. I don't want to deal with any of that. If I'm going to resell it, I'll spend the $50 to get it slabbed. And then there's no questions about what the quality is on the card. So, but yeah, this and this are most likely going to be going off to BGS Tuesday morning, and we will hope for the best. So, just to kind of summarize, between the first 40 and this 40, which one did better? I don't know. I guess it'll depend on how the grades come back, to be honest with you. I had, like I said, I had more overall hits in the first 40 blasters because I had all that LeBron color. Now, I think I just kind of got lucky on that. I think I got a little unlucky on LeBron color on this batch, only pulling the 2, but pulling the 10 the previous 40 seems like an outlier to me. I've pulled 3 Genesis across, or 3 Genesis in each set of 40. Whether that's what the pull rate is, I don't know. The orange fluorescent was 3 versus 1, so I don't know if those are harder to pull than the Genesis or if I just got a little bit lucky. My Genesis on the previous 3 were a Tatum, a Schofield, and a Landry Shamet. The Tatum is at SGC. It arrived Friday, which is 2 days ago. Today's Sunday. So we'll see how that one comes back raw. It's going for about $200. I'm hoping he gets a nice playoff bump because it sounds like the NBA will be back by the end of July. So, but these are the 2 kings of the court, if you will, from that second set of blasters. So we're going to get out of here. I think the next video I do may be talking about these Mosaic surface issues because they are rampant. They really are. I've been running into a lot of them, just tons of them, and I've been pulling some examples out. So, but do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, sub down below. New channel here, so anything you guys can toss down below helps us out with the old YouTube algorithm. So, Northeast Ohio Sports Cards here, and we will see you guys next time.